Good morning. I started pondering on perceptions from people of who I am. And it's one of those things that I've struggled with all my life. Because without really knowing where I've come from, it's really hard to know why I am like I am. And many people make assumptions because of my confidence, my ability to speak, or whatever, that there's something going on that's inherent within me. You know, I even said to one man that I spent a lot of time in solitude, like, oh bullshit! And it's like, whoa, the reactivity of him because of what his perception of me, that he couldn't even hear my honest truth. He actually perceptually heard past my words and then created an absolute scene and wasn't hearing me. He was just seeing himself in me because he was unable to perceive my perception of reality because of his inability to perceive his own. So, I was pondering about my father, when he, sort of a lot through childhood, but more so through like my teenage years. When I was 19, I started smoking pot again. Well, I always had, but it was more socially here and there. And no, I'd moved, that's what it was. And I wasn't able to get it from where I used to, so I was like, Dad smokes pot, let's go see what Dad's up to. And all of a sudden he dragged me in as his bestie because I hadn't talked to him for a few years because he physically, verbally and mentally abused me. As a child, a teenager, poking me in the head and the chest, calling me a piece of shit, and just being so drunk and stoned he didn't know what was coming out of his mouth, just throwing all his rage at me. And, basically spending my childhood working out how to escape because you knew it didn't matter what the fuck he was saying, he was just about to flog you. So he was like, right, let's see how fast I can get. Can I get out that window? Can I get out the door if I run underneath his legs? Or over the side there. I reckon there's time he's tall. I reckon by the time the clock's got down, if I run fast enough and low enough, I can go lock myself in the bathroom. By the time the ghost gets the butter knife to pop the bathroom door, I can squeeze through the laundry chute, out the door, in laundry, and piss off out the yard and up the tree. You wonder why I'm fasting at you? I ran away from a 6'4" fucking screaming, aggressive, drunk, stoned fucking arsehole from the Murray River. And that's why I can stand up to him and I'm not fucking scared of anything in this world except for my 6-year-old daughter. Because she is a replica of me. And I had the OCD mother who controlled everything. Everything has to be fine, everything's all good, nothing broken. So I got screamed at if nothing was in the place it was meant to be at. So it's just an automatic reaction for me to see his face and go, well, nothing, that doesn't belong there. So, yeah, there you go. OCD, and don't fuck with me. So, it's a powerhouse when it needs to be. But it can be a fire horse. Just raging through the coast. That reminds me of those old battles where, what was it with? It wasn't pole vault, but look on to them. You know the ones. Like fencing on horses, whatever that shit is. Yeah, that's the sort of shit we need to bring back. But seriously, like, how do we actually create resolve in a situation where the contrast is so different, and spend the children of that, the children of the divorce of that, then finding the contrast in themselves of either the mother or the father, which was absent in their partners, then having children with them out of codependency, then separating because of the patterns of the same parents, and then hating the children somewhat for the patterns of the parent that's not there. Fuck, people are weird. And to not even see this. be so stuck in your perception of how you thought reality would be. My grandparents, like my mother, just like, oh, it's a nice house now. I'm like, I'm fucking hating being in a house. I'm a fucking cleaner like you. I'm a fucking lawn maintainer like fucking grandparents. Like, I don't want that. I wanted to be wild off grid and not worrying about the stupid fucking everyday little house things that I had to as a child. But now I'm doing what you wanted. You're happy to pay for that, but you weren't happy. Like $1,000 a fortnight. Boom. No, that's no gross. You asked for $2,000 to borrow to pay back. And, oh, I don't know about that. But rent in her head is normal. $30,000 a year to someone else's mortgage, yet asking for $10,000 for a business loan is not normal. This is the sort of fucking shit that these boomers are projecting onto their children as long as they live their way. And then they go, why aren't you fixed yet? Which is the actual words my mother said. Why aren't you fixed yet? Because she had been supporting me, paying for life coaching and holistic counselling. And I explained to her, you don't just finish counselling, Mum, you continue. You know, people who have coaches, like my sister, who's a professional volleyball player, she doesn't just go off and play volleyball. She has coaches. So I have a life coach, and that's what I'm paying for. And are you happy to continue paying? Do you have the capacity? Oh, okay. Well, I'd pay it. So then when I asked for help, she'd put, for food, she'll put money in my council's account for a gift voucher instead of giving me the food, so she controls where my money goes. Well, you must need help. No, you need help. So when I sent the police there to say you have Alzheimer's, because you keep sending the police to me saying I'm